gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
And tragic new information on the social worker who was beaten while attempting a home visit in Peekskill. Sources confirmed to CBS 2 that the 56-year-old woman has died after being...
Woo! So a 56-year-old woman was beaten to death. Social worker. What have we been told about these social workers? Oh, instead of sending the police, let's send the social workers. How's that working out for you? See, this is the result. And it didn't even take a weapon. It took the brunt and bare hands of this evil, wicked, demonic super gremlin on demon time.
Being on life support. Police say Maria Coto was punched and kicked by a man after she mistakenly knocked on the suspect's door during a field visit last month. 31-year-old Hasseem Jenkins was originally charged with attempted murder and assault. Westchester County Executive George Latimer approved an emergency contract to expand security for caseworkers.
So, let me get this straight. You're sending social workers to houses doing wellness checks or whatever, which I understand, but they're trying, the leftists, the Democrats, the liberals, or whatever you want to call them, they're trying to say that if you send a social worker, it'll be better than sending the police because that social worker, you know, can't shoot an unarmed black man. Yet when they go and confront an unarmed, this man is unarmed, he's an unarmed black man, these social workers, they go and get beat to death. And now they're saying, oh, well, they need security. Private security or just the police? Why don't we just send the police so we can bypass all this other stuff? Because the police know what they're dealing with, because domestic calls are some of the most dangerous calls, other than, you know, being a street cop and stopping people on the road. It's one of the most dangerous calls you can go to as a police officer. And now they're sending social workers to these calls, and unfortunately she went to the wrong house, but it looks like she ended up going to the right house, because this guy was batshit crazy, out of his mind, and beating women, and he unfortunately beat this woman to death. And now they're calling for security after defunding the police, saying instead of police, send social workers, but the social workers need protection by security, aka police, in order to confront these situations of unarmed black men. I mean, it's all very confusing and tiresome.
Latimer approved an emergency contract to expand security for caseworkers.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time. All right, guys, so the worst part about this story is that 30 seconds is the only video of coverage on this story. How about that? It's the only thing that you can find in this story, videos that you can find in the story other than articles. So I'm going to read a couple articles. This is from New York Post. New York social worker who was viciously beaten during home visits dies of her injuries. A Westchester County social worker who was viciously beaten inside a Peekskill apartment building last month during a home visit succumbed to her injuries Wednesday, officials said. Maria Coto, 56, died more than a month after she was pummeled. allegedly by 31-year-old Hasseem Jenkins, leaving her with severe brain bleeding, swelling, authorities said. Coto was checking on a client when the unprovoked attack unfolded. Before Coto died, Jenkins was expected to face charges of attempted murder and assault with intent to cause physical injury, according to online records. The Westchester County District Attorney's Office said Wednesday it will pursue all appropriate charges given the change in circumstances. The WCDAO sends our deepest condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of Maria Coto on the news of her passing, said the District Attorney's Office. Coto knocked on the wrong door during the visit before the brutal assault, CBS 2 New York reported, citing neighbors. Jenkins repeatedly punched Coto with his fist and did repeatedly kick Miss Coto with heavy boots above the head and body, causing Miss Coto to sustain severe brain bleed, swelling of the brain, and multiple facial fractures, according to a criminal affidavit obtained by the Post. Following the attack, Westchester County Executive George Latimer approved an emergency contract that beefed up security escorts for social workers. So, I mean, they're sending social workers with police now, and that's taking more resources away than just sending the police. We are deeply heartbroken to learn of the tragic passing of Maria Coto, Latimer said in a statement on Wednesday. Maria was dedicated employee of the Westchester County Department of Social Services who was brutally attacked while selflessly performing her duties. It is enraging that someone whose life was devoted to helping others was viciously taken from her friends and family. While we are committed to ensuring that justice is served in this case at the moment, we wish to only focus on remembering Maria for her warmth, courage, and commitment to doing good and helping people, Latimer went on to say. Today, we all mourn her loss and grieve alongside her friends and family. All right, so this is NBC, New York. Social worker killed after home visit assault in Peekskill. Or Peekskill? New York. Social worker in Peekskill, New York was attacked during a home visit and later died from her injuries, according to officials. Police said Maria Coto, 56, was attacked during a home visit on South Street in the afternoon of May 14th. Coto was found unconscious by officers with serious head injuries and was transported to the Westchester Medical Center. Police said Coto died Wednesday from the injuries she sustained in the attack. 31-year-old Hasseem Jenkins was at the South Street location when police arrived on May 14th and was taken into custody. Police said Jenkins was initially charged with second-degree attempted murder and assault in the first degree, officials said. Maria was dedicated employee of the Westchester County Department of Social Services who was brutally attacked while selflessly performing her duties, said Westchester County Executive George Latimer. It is enraging that someone whose life was devoted to helping others was viciously taken from her friends and family. Jenkins is still in custody at the Westchester County Jail awaiting his next court appearance, according to police. And here's a problem. No mugshot as of now. This story is being buried. It's not going to get any mainstream news coverage. The only people who are covering it, well, I guess there's only one person who's covering it. It's me. As a result of the attack, the County Department of Social Services has expanded the availability of security escorts for staff making home and community visits. This unforeseen and tragic incident has prompted us to take immediate action to protect our personnel from further harm while they perform their duty on behalf of the County of Westchester, Latimer said. You know what would be the solution to this? Just train police officers to do the same jobs that these quote-unquote social workers are doing. I know people love to say, oh, well, you can't train police officers. Why can't you? They're people. They can do the job just the same way that the social worker is doing. And guess what? They're licensed to carry a gun. So, I mean, we don't really have to go over this video over and over and over again. These articles, they're saying the same thing. But okay, so we got something from News 12, a video from News 12. It's only 30 seconds, but hey, that's something, right? So we can check this one out.
Thank you, Melanie. And Westchester County is implementing better safety measures for social services staff members after last month's assault on a caseworker. 56-year-old Marie Coto was attacked while in contact with clients in Peekskill. She's suffering from severe injuries and remains hospitalized. 31-year-old Hasseem Jenkins was charged with attempted murder. The county says DSS will offer expanded security escorts for staff during community and.
Well, there it is. So we got 1 minute of coverage total on this story. Wow, and no mugshot. Well, lucky for you guys, I do my research and I'll have a picture of this guy on the thumbnail so you can check him out. But this is where we're at with it. This is what happens when the Democrats take control and they implement their policies and their solutions. It's just common sense things that they just completely disregard and refuse to understand based off of, I guess, maybe a DEI agenda or anti-discrimination. But what they're actually doing is putting people in harm's way because they're sending social workers, unarmed social workers, to people's homes when they know there's data for decades that have been proven that home visits in domestic violence situations or domestic cases in general are some of the most dangerous visits you can make, because a lot of times you have an irate, unnegotiable, guy who's not willing to see reason on the other end, especially if it's a woman. I mean, you think people responding to domestic incidents are safe if they're women going to a situation where a man is beating a woman? It literally makes no sense. But this is what the Democrats are pushing. And now they're getting people caught up and killed confronting these super gremlins on demon time.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.